Hey all, so Season 39 has kicked off, and I have a relatively short video for you this time because it actually worked out best with planning for me to be the person who moved after the boss went down. And that's because there are a number of ways to deal with this void that you're going to see on the next fight, but one of the simplest is just to wait for the unsteady ground global to be down. Anyway, first fight is a very simple Nimrod versus Apocalypse. We're just focusing on parrying to build armors during the Incinerate phase, and then during the Poison phase, because we don't have to worry about ramp, we already have our armor ups, we're just racing to the Special 2. Now, we fully expect that he's gonna place some Incinerates on us here. I guess I'd actually decide not to race, because I'm losing a bunch of armor ups as we go, and so I knew that it would be doing less. Yeah, I just wait it out, get back up to 12 armor ups, and throw this in Eradicate safely in Poison, and it ends the fight. It probably would have just barely not ended the fight if I threw it in Incinerate with only 8 armor ups, because we would have had a lower attack value, so I think that was the right call. Just meant I needed to be a little more on top of my parries. So this fight right here is the main reason we were waiting for the global to be down, because Void on Hazard Shift is obnoxious in general. Giving him another debuff for 6 whole seconds for him to chew into you is not a good way for the fight to be fun. So we're using Cosmic Ghost Rider here. I am not running the recoil masteries. It would make this faster, but it's also a lot of units. And honestly, it's just not necessary here. Because here when we throw this special 2, it automatically Fate Seals him, so we are using power backs. The power backs are only safe because my Cosmic Ghost Rider is unduped, and that means that the Fate Seal gets around the Indestructible, but this time I honestly made a small mistake. You can see he's at 2 judgments instead of 4, or instead of 5. I should have just made sure that I was going up to the, what's the thing? I should have probably just gone straight for the special 3 and tried to get back on track with the judgments and allowed that to do a bunch of damage instead of throwing another special 2. So that's a misplay on my part, and we take a fair amount of damage because of it, but we're still, as you can tell, very much in control of the fight. Powerbacks put us at a special 3, and we're good to go. Not having to worry about glancing made that so much safer. So yeah, CGR is great for that. I would care a lot more about the lost health and the inefficiencies in that fight if that wasn't the only fight I was taking with CGR. So that made that much easier. We go ahead and take Nova here. This is just an illustration of how nuts Doom's power control is, because this has return policy, which is supposed to disincentivize staggers and nullify for the purpose of buff control, and it just makes the fight that much easier for Doom. It's very difficult for Doom to die to Nova anyway, because without crits and without his Furies, Nova just does not hit very hard, and you're going to see that here. I would probably have to eat a full special 2 with that passive prowess for this to really be a problem. Just going to go ahead and land those staggers. It's going to keep triggering return policy, which is going to give him another special 1. And that special 1 is just going to give him the opportunity to trigger another buff, which then gets staggered, which then gives him another special. But the important thing is that our power is just going up, and once we get to our special 3, this fight is over. It's the only important thing here. You don't even need power backs for this. You just do the Doom cycle, make sure he's at 2 bars of power when you throw it. And then I could throw the special 2 here, but that works so well for Nova, because he reduces the damage that unblockable special attacks do and gains a bunch of charges. I don't think it would be smart, not with it being so easy as you saw, for us to just work our way back up to another special 3, which he can't do anything about. Very, very simple Doom fight. Moving on to this Joe Fixit, this is another fight that definitely would have been harder with the global up, but still would have been possible, because the purpose of this placement is obviously Joe throws a special one into your block. He gains a bunch of prowess. The next one is unblockable. Nimrod can get around that by removing prowess, and even if he doesn't, he's bleed immune, and all of those prowess ramp him. Notice the jump from 2 to 9 there. We remove it by hitting into his block. Again, that would be much harder if the global were still up. Getting hit in the face is also generally not something I encourage. But this time we pushed a special 2, so we have to worry less about the prowess if this doesn't finish him. It doesn't quite, so I'm going to bait this special 2, and then I imagine a combo does it. Oh, right, recoil. The combo probably would have done it, even through those 2 weakness, but yeah, this particular person made our job easier by placing with Liquid Courage on. And that's my war. We did win this one. Not our best opening gambit. I think we had 2 deaths in this battle group. But it was enough. You saw that our opponents weren't done. They had already died a few times more than us. We got a pretty solid first matchup. And I say it wasn't our best opening, but honestly, 2 deaths is something I'm never going to cry about. We aim higher. The particular deaths we had are ones that we will try to prevent in the future, and they definitely are preventable. But 2 deaths is our explicit goal. So pretty happy about that, and we'll just keep moving on. Anyway, I will catch y'all later. Hope you enjoyed this, and until then, thanks so much for watching, and take care.